Hi, I'm Edward Unthank. I'm here to talk to you today about AI and deploying agents within your existing revenue technology stacks. Now, what that means is we're looking at old technology, which is technology that's been born before 2023, and looking at how that old technology is deploying agents and AI as individual features, as well as the larger, grander picture, which is how you can interact with that old technology with your own agents. Those are the kind of the two things that we're working with today. There's a third category called AI first everything, but let's just focus on the old world right now. So as I say, the first one is old tech and then agents and how agents are used. How that actually works right now, and I'm just going to talk about the primary ones that we know about, aka the largest players in the marketing automation platforms. The first one that we're looking at is the Adobe stack. And in the Adobe stack, we're talking about Marketo. And how do you use AI or agentic within that Marketo stack? The way that it works currently, I believe, is that you can just spin up your own individual features that will modernize this old tech stack into being able to do new things. The primary ways that you can do that is webhooks. Webhooks are the way that you can modernize an old tech stack, aka a Marketo, and have it do things that are smarter than have been able to be done before. So webhooks, imagine this: in every individual person record into the system, you can call a large language model, an OpenAI, or any other endpoint that you're looking for, and then give it specific instructions. And the way that you do that is you have an individual webhook. You say about individual person, so this is a person about them. And then we add what we call context. And the context ball specifically is the way that I've been thinking about how you actually operationalize this. A context ball is to say it takes all of the relevant information about a person in their marketing automation system. So that includes like the summary fields that you would sync over to a salesperson that would be available in a sales lead layout or any of that. And that includes things like the company information on the highest level, demographics, firmographics, all of that. It's looking about the activity of an individual person, and it's looking about the information about that individual person. You're trying to summarize up the most valuable things into a singular, enormous JSON field equivalency, passing it off to a webhook, and then saying, here's the person, and then you add in your own prompt. And then the prompt that you give it will come back with a response. That response can then be mapped as JSON fields back into Marketo or the marketing automation platform itself. Any old technology, you can do this right now. You can just do this operationally. All you have to do is come up with an operational program that can compile the context ball, maintains it, turns it into a field, like a JSON field onto the individual person, feeds it back into the system, and then you feed action from there. And that allows you to do things like product interest profiling, use case profiling, next best content. There are a lot of different things that you can feed this prompt, ask the prompt to come up with something excellent and have it actually work. That's the primary way that you can take an old tech stack and a marketing automation platform and then modernize it without having to rip out all of the innard contents and without redoing all operational programs. That is the do-it-yourself approach. I know marketing automation platforms are in a current old technologies in a race in order to roll out agents and AI. That is basically to say individual sub-features. These end up being feature agents. There are things where, for example, in the Salesforce ecosystem, we have an agent force, an idea, which is a communication feature between systems that is based on this agentic kind of like large language model. It's programming with words as opposed to hard logic, SQL, and anything else like that. So there are basically two ways. You get the features, and then you also get the actually built by the company, and then you also get the other one. You get the building out your own functionality. And that's how we can modernize an old tech stack without having to say that you have to throw out the entire thing. So that is a fast path in order to getting AI running within your existing marketing technology stack. You can do it right now. You just got to be really clever about webhooks and APIs, and then give it individual actions and feed it in a way that it'll actually be able to take action right into your marketing automation platform and then be actioned upon, for example, in your traffic director. So that's a first path. There's much more to come. I'm Edward Unthank. I'm going to be helping walk you through modernizing into an AI first world. Thanks.